Hey Max, thanks for the introduction. Good afternoon, LV, my colleagues, and participants. As I'm continuing with the rest of my colleagues on the heading of indirect procurement, and I'm taking the focus on transformation and challenges. Virtually, I'm virtually present in this presentation and available for your question answer, and I'm confident to answer back your question with my experience. Historically, procurement teams have directed their time and energy towards optimizing direct procurement. In the past, this made good sense, as direct material had the largest impact on business. On the other hand, indirect spend managed across region, location, and various parties in totally decentralized, decontrolled with various barriers. Today, procurement professionals are re-evaluating their strategies to align with an optimized way of doing business called indirect procurement. Today, I will be take you through what indirect procurement is, the transformation it has seen, and the challenges it is facing. I'm moving to the slide two. What is indirect procurement? Goods and services that provide a supporting role. Indirect procurement covers the goods and services that provide a supporting role in how a company does business. Indirect costs have begun to occupy more and more total budget. Indirect procurement has got therefore grown more important, and it is seeing 7% increases across global. It does beyond manufacturing and focuses on internal stakeholder than customers or client. Its goods and services typically include organizational support, operational support, fleet management services, many virtual goods like software, media, consultant, and advisors. So moving to the next slide, direct versus indirect procurement. Let us understand the differences. Both crucial for a business growth. Direct procurement involves purchasing of goods and services, whereas indirect refers to expenses incurred for materials and devices and services required to operate business support services. Direct purchasing team invests time and effort in maintaining relationship with supplier as a partners. In indirect procurement, the focus is on spend management, and the collaboration with suppliers is transaction. Inventory management with direct procurement to guarantee a smooth processes. Goods need to be held in stock. You need an inventory in stock. In contrast, indirect procurement is managed by demand from internal customer, and purchases are made as and when required. Direct costs are managed by centralized procurement team. Indirect spend tend to be decentralized with various internal stakeholders placed in different locations or site or whatever you want to call. A study of E.T. Kearney interviewed various executives of MNCs, highlighted the benefits of indirect procurement and best in case scenario of a centralized, automized organization. Users of this model achieve greater than 10% saving in 47 categories. Now let's go to the challenges what indirect procurement faces. Effectively managing indirect procurement can be complex task. This is due to things like category management, where the indirect category manager may find themselves devoting more time in streamlining the spend. Spending is often fragmented across multiple locations. business units and categories, making it hard to identify and capture enterprise-wide saving opportunities or the scope. Leaders of indirect procurement function typically lack sufficient power to obtain technology and talent they need. Most companies do not have mechanism to monitor indirect categories and reflect their performance on financial statements. To overcome these challenges, companies need a new vision for indirect procurement that combines cutting-edge tools and practices, as well as traditional approaches to category management. I'm moving to the next slide, the pandemic scenario, which nobody has experienced or no precedent to take you through. But this time we have experienced the pandemic which started 2019 in China and still going on, and no one knows when the vaccine will come, when this is going to be stopped. As I was reading the news, US, the numbers are going up, UK, the numbers are going up, Europe is going up, South Korea is hit back, and where we are living in India, we are running fast. The current pandemic pushed everyone out of gear. The most affected are procurement team. The most affected are procurement team in meeting internal and external demand, resulting in stockouts, causing huge business disruption. The wider impacts of closed borders and logistic constraint are resulting in economic challenges, and logistical constraints are resulting in complete stockout of situation. We are in a different scale to manage the challenge. An article in September 2020, the CPO states that this is an opportunity to move and adapt to a paradigm shift in technology. Business are now investing in more resilient, sustainable system that meet all internal stakeholder needs and empower the organization with information sharing, visibility, improved quality, and speed of decision making. Gartner announced mid this year the top 25 leaders in the supply chain. This featured some of our Asian companies such as Lenovo, Alibaba, Schneider, something to be proud of. They all showcased an acceleration of their capabilities, purpose-driven organization, solving problem through collaboration and transparency. Business model transformers, dynamic, competitive, driven, and learning to thrive in a new situation. Digital orchestras, yearly and frequent adapters of digital technology, even harshest economic condition can come out with this scenario. Now let's see the digital transformation. Embracing digitization is a key for procurement organization as a whole. All procurement tasks will be made faster, more accurate, and more efficient with support from a cloud-based procurement solution. Automation and artificial intelligence will provide the tools needed to execute a procurement strategy effectively. The benefits of this include strong value proposition with cost rationalization and spend transparency, the visibility, the important. Ease of execution, including process efficiency, reduced human error and predictability. Operational benefits such as improved category management, which was a challenges, real-time data analytic, better ROIs, and stronger decision making. Empowered relation through collaboration with our internal customers, streamline supply chain. Moving to the next slide, elements of an evolved indirect procurement system. What make a new vision for indirect procurement so powerful, which we all understand, which I mentioned in the earlier slide, the paradigm shift which is happening from global supply chain to the regional supply chain. The big change is started happening. What makes new vision? The snapshot of McKinsey provides a comprehensive view of elements to revolutionize indirect procurement. Now let's see that intelligent spend engines. These are automated engines to harmonize and categorize spending without a manual involvement, and it happens automatically. It enables automated data extraction from ERP system and cleanse the ERP. Support the enrichment and cleansing of data. These tools enable saving of 10 to 12% an estimate. Advanced analytics solutions are used to identify cost savings and process optimization opportunities, such as category specific action, smarter workflows, functional advanced analytical tool. Through this, product and service costs can be reduced by 10 to 25%, while the manual effort can decrease by 30 to 50%. B2B ordering. This is recent things, and people are like Alibaba and Amazon are doing massive advantage and with their digital strength. Online B2B platform, e-marketplaces that are used for supplier evaluation and selection. IoT, the Internet of Things, replenishment tool, or intelligent storage equipment that can automatically reorder based on stock levels. E-commerce integrated software help manage replenishment data and automatically place order to B2B platform. Price reduction enabled savings of 6 to 15%. Zero-based budgeting, a budget creation tool powered by software that applies zero-based policies. It can visualize spend, forecast, and can equip organization to negotiate at scale. Automated procure to pay, P2P, uses automation to ensure supplier payment and improve cash flow management. It can achieve 15 to 25% saving and reduce processing item from day to minutes. Financial P&L, which no indirect, which ever involved, now you can be part of it. It can interlink tool is powered by cost management software. Though the company has improved forecasting and clear visibility into how procurement influences the P&L. It's very important. The function need visibility, and that can be possible while you touch P&L. Moving to the next slide, adapting to the automation. Develop a digital strategy which include big data analytics, machine learning, natural language processing, artificial intelligence, robotic process automation. Build a talent pool to embrace digital technology. New technology like this are not familiar. Focus on finding the right talent, train the existing people. I had an opportunity to discuss on a forum on a debate. It's very difficult to get the people from the market and it is going to be high cost. It is necessary you have to use the current talent, identify, train them, and equip them with suitable technology. Think of supplier beyond the price. Involve them in planning so they can play a pivotal role. Let supplier have visibility of all steps to reduce the risk caution. Get supplier feeling empowered and promote healthy competition. Risk manage and prepare for the unexpected. Trade wars, fluctuating price, ethics, compliances. Invest in software, intelligent parts. This is going to be the happening, the parts in place of non-value added human work. To take care of mill procurement, manage inventory, take care of mundane tasks. Moving to effective, moving to effective change management. Work on strategic activities that cover business needs over tactical ones. I'm moving to the next slide. Revolutionize indirect procurement. Key takeaway. It's important to evolve with the economy and manage the paradigm shift into service-based level. The earlier, the technology movement had a long window. Now the technology is growing fast. Important to evolve the economy and manage the paradigm shift into service-based model. The recent sanction imposed against China is an example how quickly things can change. Embrace the mindset devoted to optimizing all type of procurement. A holistic approach is essential to driving value and will provide benefit that will boost productivity, savings, and efficiency. Look at areas in your supply chain that present savings, opportunities, potential vendor relationship improvement, or process for optimization. Use this build strategic sourcing plan. Enable effective harnessing of supplier market capability. Embrace digital transformation and invest in the right software tool. Operate an agile model which include defined processes with clear ownership, involvement of internal and external stakeholders, and standard but flexible activities, agile. Empower decision making, better market visibility, increase profitability. Let's also see few successful digital transformation stories. Before that, there are a couple of consultants in the market who can help you to transform from the current state to the future, including training and develop your resources to meet it. For example, IBM, Deloitte, McKinsey, name the few. There are plenty of people. This is what it is going to be tomorrow. Let's see a few of the digital transformation stories. USG Boro operated in 12 countries and were operating autonomously, silo operation. Country level taken step for transformation. Center-led operation, data sharing governance, and move to digitization. Combined spend of $500 million with a harmonized operation shown $65 million saving while they complete the transformation in 3 years. And other function initiated the digitization. Let's see about Blockbuster. Blockbuster. Everybody knows Blockbuster, the retail giant who give movie and video for rental, was number one, top guy. but form as they fail to transform. You know who has taken the place? You all know Netflix. Netflix signing in movie online by subscription. So Blockbuster went bankrupt. Nokia, primarily hardware focused to develop innovative devices. When smartphone application came in from iPhone, Google, many of the mobile phones are out of digitally operating system. Whether it is BlackBerry, Samsung, you can name number of phones. Panasonic, Ericsson, we don't know where are the phone. So they all shifted to operating platform digitization model. Unilever strategy to focus on digitizing all aspects can leverage world data and increase this digital capability. More agile and support artificial intelligence in predicting trends, supply chain, and product development. Robotic process automation and are successful than any organization in India. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm open for your question and try to answer it. Thank you. Namaskar, Neha.